PC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, it was a very hot Memorial Day. Get used to it. Temperatures will continue within a degree or two over the next several days. Low to mid 90s for highs, lows getting closer to the mid 70s. And by the weekend, we could be pushing the upper 90s while rain chances on the downward trend. So let's take a look at the big picture across Louisiana. Then off to the east, we see our subtropical depression now, Alberto, now inland and weakening, but will continue to be a very heavy rain threat, especially near the core. This is where you're going to get the heaviest rains, and they concentrate near the center of the storm overnight during the overnight hours, typical with a tropical system, although this one not quite tropical, thus the subtropical storm and subtropical depression moniker. Meanwhile, on the backside, we did have a few isolated showers this afternoon, manifesting in some nice looking thunderstorms offshore. Dialed into the radars off to the east, including Mobile over to Eglin Air Force Base and also Montgomery, Alabama. And you can see the rain right now, heaviest of which is moving away from the coastal areas. So if you're out on your beach vacation, things are quieting down Gulf Shores to Pensacola over to Destin as well. A little bit of a storm surge issue continues over by Panama City. Tides running a couple of feet above normal, but not a major incident there. Rainfall the main concern. Meanwhile, locally, we did see a couple of showers late this afternoon along the coastal parishes, now advancing offshore, producing a nice little light display. You can still see some of those storms popping off to the south of us. So here's the lifetime span of subtropical storm Alberto. Very disorganized, not quite a tropical system, so it was difficult to forecast exactly where the center was, but eventually making landfall pretty close to where the Hurricane Center said it would going back to last week. Now the heavy rainfall continuing across Alabama, and this depression will continue to weaken just to a remnant low as it gets up into the Midwest, bringing though the threat of heavy rains up through Tennessee, perhaps Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan down the line. So here's Futurecast indicating again our tropical system or subtropical system in central Alabama first thing tomorrow morning. Locally, we start off with fair skies, and then with the daytime heating, we'll see a few clouds, maybe a shower or two late tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, but not likely. And that cell continues to push off to the north and east. And then as we head into Wednesday, just plain old hot and humid with a west to southwest wind. Temperatures will be pushing the low to mid 90s. In fact, as we look at the European model going out several days, this is going into Saturday. Look at this big heat wave that's developing, triple digit heat, Shreveport back through much of Texas. Go into Sunday, we're in the mid 90s to upper 90s, and that heat just continues to build into next week. So setting up for very hot 7 to 10 days ahead. Temperatures tonight, low to mid 70s. Tomorrow we'll get into the lower 90s. That heat index near 100 tomorrow afternoon. Mid 70s tomorrow night, and then as we head into Wednesday, much the same, lower 90s, and that heat index flirting with right around 100 degrees from about 11 o'clock in the morning till about 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. So stay hydrated and watch these bars get higher as we advance closer to the end of the week and into the weekend. So a warm and humid night tonight, full flower moon out there. Jupiter to the right of the moon looks nice and bright as well. 72 to 74 the low, 93 to 94 the high. Mostly sunny skies. Rain chances 10% and going down, and it'll be 5% or less Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This weekend, maybe the prospect of a late afternoon storm on Sunday. But look at those temperatures, mid to upper 90s this weekend and continuing for much of next week.
All right. Thank you, Rob.